Good morning, students. This is the sixth video of the chapter Why Do We Need a Parliament? And in this video, we'll discuss about our representatives. In the previous video, we already discussed about the composition of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha and how the Parliament is going to control the executive. And we found that the Parliament is a very important body in terms of power and in terms of composition. Now in this particular video, we'll discuss about our representatives. So who are the real representatives? We already discussed that we are going to choose our representatives. But as a person, who are they? So we are going to discuss about them. We know that the provision has been made in the election to choose our representatives. And they are the common men among the society. So the common man who is going to do something for the society or some extraordinary things for the society, they are considered good men and that they are going to contest in the election and they are going to win the election also. So the common man among the society, they are going to get votes from the voters and they are going to win the election. And this is how they are going to represent the entire society. And they are termed as representative. But here we'll have to understand that in our country, certain seats of Lok Sabha has been reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So basically scheduled tribe and scheduled caste are also our representatives. And some seats for the Lok Sabha are reserved for particular candidate, for particular SC and ST candidate. So why this provision was made? So we are going to analyze the reason. Before independence, the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe was not getting any respect in our society. So our constitutional makers, they were under the fear that when our constitution will be made and when our society will be developed, then also the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe are not going to get any respect. They will remain underrepresented in the society. So in order to uplift their position in the society, in order to give them representation, it was decided to go with reserve constituency. Here the word is written here, reserve constituency. So provision of reserve constituency was given to benefit the underrepresented groups, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Because they were facing many problems, it was not very easy for them to come out from the society and to raise their voice. But it became possible through the reserve constituency. So basically through the reserve constituency, the voice was given to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, who remained almost muted or who were the mute spectators from the very beginning. Now, they got the chance to represent themselves in the parliament through the election. When the seat was reserved, when the constituency was reserved, only ST candidate was going to contest in the election and the competition was there. The competition is there among the SC candidate or ST candidate only. So only ST candidate is going to win the election and is going to represent his group. So SC and ST is also our representative from certain constituency or from certain reserve constituency. Now apart from that, one more group is there which is gaining limelight and the group is women. Now women has been facing many problems in the parliament because this group was also underrepresented. This group was also not given any chance to come forward to tell about their rights, to discuss about their problems. So the solution was given. And what was the solution? The solution was given that if women will become politically active, then only their problem could be solved. If women will act as a representative, then only their problem could be solved. By making the laws, by making the bylaws. And how it is possible? It will become possible only when they will go inside the parliament. And the question is again, then how will they get chance to get inside the parliament? Now through the election. But it is not very easy task. Because in the election, if the male candidate is going to contest the election and female is also there, so chances are there that the male candidate is going to win the election. So this will be a very difficult, very tough fight between the contestant of elections. So in order to solve this problem, it was decided to go with some reservation. Some seats should be reserved for women only in the parliament. Some seats were reserved, but after that, women started demanding for 33% of reservation. And they started a struggle for getting the 33% of the reservation. So here also in the parliament also, today also, the women are underrepresented. Although they struggled a lot. Many times, the reservation, women reservation bill was tabled before the parliament. But it was, every time it was rejected, every time it was rejected or it was just shifted in comparison to other important bills. So you have to understand that despite their struggle, they could not get their representation inside the parliament. Now success came not in the parliament but at the grassroots level of democracy. Yes, I am talking about the Panchayati Raj system. Success came only after 73rd amendment to the constitution. In our constitution, an amendment was made, and through that amendment, 50%, 33% of the seats, not 50%, 33% of the seats were reserved for the women candidate in Panchayati Raj election. But some of the states, they moved one step further and they granted 50% of reservation. 50% reservation to the women candidate like Bihar, UP, Himachal. These are the states which has granted 50% reservation to women in the Panchayati Raj election. So now we can see that in the election, women are coming front, they are coming forward and they are winning the election because the seats are reserved. So this is done to empower the women. And we are talking about women empowerment nowadays. So women are empowered at the grassroots level. And the time will come when they will get also chance in the parliament. And when they will get chance in the parliament, they will also do all these things in the parliament as well as in the different organizations. Despite women has been given reservation at the grassroots level or in the parliament, but still the condition of women is same. They are not getting actual right. They are not getting real right in the parliament or in the panchayat. In the panchayat also, the husbands are sitting behind and they are actually managing all the affairs of village. They are actually guiding their wives how to respond, how to act in the panchayat. So basically, here you can see that most of the women are not free to take decision independently. They are still under the control of their husband or their father. So you have to understand that thing has been changed and our representatives are also changing with new power. But we need more, and particularly on two different fronts, on terms of SC and ST and women front. So far as general is concerned, here also we need to remove that criminalization. Criminals are entering here. So we need to understand that we should not vote for the criminals. So representatives are the reflection of the society. If the society will decide that we will have to give representation to good person, then definitely good person will come as a representative. And they will definitely put our views in the parliament or in the panchayat or in the different political bodies. But if we are going to elect wrong candidate or if we are going to give vote to the wrong representative, then the consequences will be bad. They will misinterpret our views and they will put their own advantages in the parliament or in any political organization. So this is all about representatives. Thank you.